Lunar Enigma, the Moon's hidden extraterrestrial base. Commander Sarah Mitchell gazed out the window of the lunar module as the gray, cratered surface of the Moon grew larger. She was leading a team of 4 astronauts on a groundbreaking mission to establish the first permanent human outpost on Earth's enigmatic satellite. Their mission was to gather valuable information about the Moon's geology, history, and resources. As the module touched down on the lunar surface, a sense of excitement and anticipation filled the cramped quarters. Once they completed their final systems checks, the team donned their spacesuits and prepared to step out onto the uncharted territory. Sarah descended the ladder first, her boots crunching into the powdery lunar regolith. Her 3 crew members soon followed, each marveling at the stark beauty of the alien landscape. As they began to set up their equipment, they noticed a strange anomaly in the distance, just beyond the rim of a nearby crater. It appeared to be a shimmering, metallic structure, partially buried beneath layers of moon dust. The discovery was both intriguing and disconcerting, as nothing like it had ever been observed on the Moon before. With their curiosity piqued, Sarah and her team decided to investigate the mysterious structure. They cautiously approached, their scientific instruments at the ready. As they drew closer, it became evident that this was no natural formation, it was an artificial construct, clearly designed by an intelligent species. The structure had a streamlined, aerodynamic shape, with a seamless, reflective surface that seemed to absorb the harsh lunar sunlight. There were no visible entry points or any indication of its purpose. Sarah and her crew exchanged puzzled glances, realizing that their discovery could have profound implications for our understanding of the Moon and its history. As they continued to examine the structure, one of the astronauts, Dr. James O'Connell, noticed a faint, rhythmic pulsing emanating from it. He used a device to analyze the frequency, but the readings made no sense. It was as if the structure was transmitting a signal, but the purpose and intended recipient of the signal were a complete mystery. Despite their unease, the team knew they had to dig deeper. This structure represented a monumental discovery that could forever change humanity's perception of the Moon and its place in our solar system. But they couldn't shake the nagging feeling that they were not alone, and that the structure's creators were watching them from the shadows. Little did they know that their investigation would soon reveal a hidden extraterrestrial base, exposing the Moon's dark secret and setting them on a path toward an earth-shattering revelation. As the crew continued their investigation, they decided to set up a temporary research station near the mysterious structure to better study it. Sarah and James, along with their colleagues, Dr. Maria Lopez and Lieutenant Alexei Petrov, spent several days analyzing the alien artifact. They collected samples, ran tests, and used various instruments to try and decipher the secrets it held. During their research, Maria stumbled upon a hidden access panel that had been cleverly camouflaged within the structure's seamless surface. It opened with a soft hiss, revealing a dimly lit corridor that extended deep into the heart of the structure. The astronauts hesitated for a moment, realizing that they were about to embark on a journey into the unknown. As they ventured into the darkened passageway, the team felt a strange energy emanating from the walls. Their instruments began to malfunction, and the communication link with their lunar module grew increasingly unreliable. Undeterred, they pressed on, determined to uncover the truth about the mysterious structure. After navigating a series of labyrinthine tunnels, they found themselves in a massive, cavernous chamber. The walls were lined with advanced technology, the likes of which they had never seen before. In the center of the chamber stood a towering, crystalline structure that pulsed with a vibrant, otherworldly energy. The team was awestruck by the scale and sophistication of the extraterrestrial base. It was clear that whoever had built it possessed technology far beyond anything humanity had ever encountered. They couldn't help but wonder, why was this base hidden on the Moon? And what was its purpose? As they explored the chamber, they discovered a series of symbols etched into the walls, unlike any known human language. James, an expert in linguistics, began to work on deciphering the symbols, hoping that they might reveal the purpose of the base and the identity of its creators. While James worked tirelessly on decoding the symbols, the others continued to explore the chamber. Maria discovered a console covered in a complex array of controls, and with a combination of intuition and trial and error, she managed to activate a holographic display. The display showed a detailed map of the solar system, with a particular focus on Earth and the Moon. The map was accompanied by a series of calculations and diagrams, suggesting that the base had been monitoring the Earth and its inhabitants for a very long time. As James finally managed to decipher some of the symbols, the true purpose of the lunar base and the startling truth about the Moon began to emerge. But the astronauts were unprepared for the shocking revelations that were about to unfold. James called the team over to share his findings. His voice trembled with a mixture of excitement and fear as he explained the meaning of the symbols. According to his translation, the Moon was not a natural satellite at all, but an ancient artificial construct built by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. The purpose of the Moon, and the hidden base within it, was to observe and control the development of life on Earth. The astronauts were stunned by the implications of this discovery. For millennia, the Moon had been an enigma, its origins and purpose a mystery. Now, they had stumbled upon a secret so profound that it would change the course of human history forever. As they struggled to process the information, they heard a low, rumbling sound echoing through the chamber. The crystalline structure in the center of the room began to pulsate more intensely, and the walls around them started to vibrate. The team realized, with growing alarm, that their presence in the base had not gone unnoticed. Suddenly, the chamber was filled with a blinding light, and the astronauts found themselves enveloped in a strange, disorienting energy field. They felt as if they were being pulled in multiple directions at once, their bodies and minds stretched to their limits. As the energy field intensified, they could hear a cacophony of alien voices echoing through their minds, speaking in a language that they could not understand. It was clear that the extraterrestrial beings who had created the moon base were trying to communicate with them, but their intentions remained a mystery. As quickly as it had begun, the energy field dissipated, and the astronauts found themselves standing in the chamber once more, disoriented and shaken by the experience. They knew that they needed to leave the base and report their findings back to Earth, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were now part of a much larger and more dangerous cosmic game. With time running out, and the fear of an imminent confrontation with the extraterrestrial beings looming over them, the team made their way back to the lunar module, praying that they would be able to return home safely and warn humanity about the true nature of the Moon. As they approached the lunar module, the astronauts noticed that the surface of the Moon had changed dramatically. The once barren landscape was now filled with otherworldly structures, their origins and purposes unknown. The team realized that their discovery had triggered some sort of activation process, and they couldn't help but wonder if they had inadvertently set in motion events that could have dire consequences for Earth. With their hearts pounding in their chests, the astronauts scrambled to board the lunar module and prepare for their return journey. As they made their final checks, they noticed that the module's systems were behaving erratically, as if they were being tampered with by an external force. In that moment, they understood that the extraterrestrial beings were attempting to prevent their escape. Working quickly and under immense pressure, the astronauts managed to bypass the compromised systems and initiate the launch sequence. As the lunar module hurtled back towards Earth, they could see the mysterious structures on the Moon receding into the distance, and they couldn't shake the feeling that they were leaving behind something truly monumental. As they entered Earth's atmosphere, they tried to establish contact with Mission Control, but their communications were met with only static. They knew that the extraterrestrial beings were still trying to interfere with their return, and they braced themselves for a potential showdown when they touched down. The lunar module finally splashed down in the ocean, and the astronauts were met with an eerie silence. There were no rescue teams, no helicopters, and no signs of life. The implications of their discovery and the consequences of their actions now weighed heavily on their shoulders. Had they inadvertently brought about the end of the world as they knew it, or had they managed to avert a greater catastrophe? The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and only time would reveal the truth. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey into the Moon's dark secret. What do you think happens next? We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories on how this story should end, so please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories and mysteries. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown, and remember, the truth is out there.